monster inside of me. You better watch out if your enemy's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest feast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me. And he gets caused real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the sword, never getting bored. Loves the blood and gore, always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force departed. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you let scars ripped, you'll be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. He's back and better than ever. I can feel my heart rate, adrenaline pressure. It's stormy weather, lightning, thunder, pouring weather. Yo, I'm a go-getter, try to do it like me, but I do it better. I got a mind that's clever, the beast inside is competitive as ever. I'm conscious, my subconscious, an accomplice to me. I promise the darkness, I can honestly believe. But don't cross me, I might lose control of the lost beast. So, he's locked away inside with the key control, by fight or flight. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
Hey everybody, how are you? I hope everyone's having a great, what is today? Wednesday.
Hello, hello.
Hey.
Is there anybody out there? I can't hear Emmy.
You can't hear me. Wonderful.
Uh-oh, I can't hear Emmy.
Well, my internet is wonky as well, so hold on, everybody. All right, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? You can hear us
Okay,
both.
can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so clearly we can't hear each other.
I can't hear Emmy, so give me a second.
All right, so well, this has happened before. I don't know what's happening, so hopefully my internet is really crappy at the moment. I have like 1 bar on my internet, so it could be on my end. Hopefully it decides to start working a little better. So anyways, well, we get that figured out. Let's see. So I apologize for the time change, but it came to our attention that Willow has a live scheduled for 8, and that's when we had planned on going live, and I figured we could go live too. Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I just gotta mute you. We're good. Sorry about that. I have no idea what happened.
Yeah, it happened before too, which is bizarre.
Yeah, I just backed out and rejoined, so we good.
Oh, it's Willow's birthday today? Oh, I'll have to tell him happy birthday.
Oh, that's awesome. We actually, Emmy and I actually planned this live later today, but we caught wind that Willow is finally going to go live, and we both want to see it, so we moved it a little earlier.
Yep. And so my sister is going to, it is still Operation Trap a Kitten around these parts. So my sister said that she would be able to help out until at least 6 o'clock ish. So I might have to just, pause myself for a moment to go get a kitten and then come back, but she's gonna help out. Yeah, hump day in more ways than one. Holy crap.
I know it's a busy day for me too.
I actually it was so usually and I remembered my phone today at work, which was good, and it was actually quiet, and I sent a message to AMAC and SoFlo and we're like, "Is there anything going on today?" And there wasn't much going on. And then before I left work, I saw Nunya was live. So I'm like, "Oh, goody." And her first like 3 minutes had me rolling because she had well, it was more than 3 minutes, but the picture of her on her high horse, and I'm just like, that image is just so incredible.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
over
hey,
there, and
Claire.
I was over there in Nunya's chat as well. Split crowd. Like some people were like, "Hey, Sinner," and other people were like, "Sinner's the worst guy ever." It's wild. Like the narrative that's being built is it's out there. But thanks everyone for joining us. What up, Glare, AMAC, Spitfire, Marcy, Corinne, K
Yep, and
Braze.
I'm at the beginning, so I have Tasha, K-Bray, Sober Pug, Sunny Days, Jeannie, Petunia. Yes, AMAC. Please make sure all hands are inside the vehicle at all times. Yes. And so we do have some new intro music.
Yeah,
And
I couldn't resist. It's too good.
I can't take credit for it. Sinner actually found it, and so he sent it to me earlier at work, but I didn't have time to listen, and he reminded me when I got home. So I was listening to it. The first like 2 notes I was like, "Oh, snap."
I
So,
mean, the lyrics are a little bit. I don't know. They're not my favorite, but the song itself is. I couldn't resist.
yeah, and I said, "We need a little we need our avatar or our pictures to be a little more sinister, especially with that intro." Like it's I don't know, like I feel like it's definitely a different vibe. Hey, Road Rash.
Oh dang! The Glare said he didn't know we had another channel until yesterday. Oh, I'm Glare.
Oh, now
Will,
you
my
do.
friend, you should go ahead and look at. That's the reason they hate me so much because I blabbity blabbed. I'm a very opinionated man, and I knew this hit job on me was coming months ago. I never really discussed it with anyone, but in my own personal Instagram account under my actual government name, Aileen attempted to friend me. So I knew months ago these goons were coming for me. So it's really interesting to see how they're building this narrative that I'm a violent, dangerous person, and they're digging up criminal records of mine, none of which display that I'm violent or anything that they're trying to make it. So it's real interesting. I'm enjoying it a little bit.
Yes. Hey, is it Snoopy? Oh my gosh, I love how you're spelling your name, Snoopy. Hey, Spitfire. How's it going? How's the little possum and the little babies? Oh my gosh. So speaking of babies, the baby kitten I have, Blizzard, or Blizzy for short. I say it's a girl. I don't know if it's a girl or boy yet, but man, she was super spicy last night. She was under she was hiding under her bed again, like the bed I have in there. And so I saw like her hind end. So I like started to pet her and she like flipped out. And I was like, "It's okay, baby. I'm not going to hurt you." And so when I got home from work today, this morning I woke up way too late. Um but when I got home today, she was still hiding under the bed. So I was like, "Well, she's eating. She's drinking, she's using her litter box, so she's good. She's just scared. So, with break coming up, she'll be getting lots of forced love. Hey, Gladys. I'm a baffled Cocoa Puff.
D. Connor said, "So glad to
Actually,
see you two,
Lisa.
hear you two again." Yeah, I've been anxious to go live, but I mean, I think Emmy and I have both been kind of busy. I've been hopping in chats, and people really don't like me. It's quite interesting. Perfect strangers. Most of them I've never said anything negative to or about, but they've got a cause to stand behind, and it turns out I'm it. So I'm up to the challenge.
Yeah, and they actually, this channel dropped a new video. Well, I was on my way home from work, and so clearly, you know, and the live today, or not the live, the video they dropped today, I don't even know what that was alluding to. Like, they read a bunch of, I guess it was Discord messages, and, how they, talk shit about people behind, I don't want to say closed doors, but, behind closed Discords, I guess. And I'm just like, this is interesting.
The glare says, "It's all good. When the right people dislike you, sinner, I actually love it." Yeah, me too. The thing that nailed it. Will, you fucking nailed it, friend. Here's the thing. If these were like respectable people and people get upset that I encourage people to be respectable, that's weird. But in any case, like if there were people that actually like could learn something from, or if it was a coworker that I see, exercises some type of discipline, or if they were decent people, I'd be upset. But I mean, if racist like Hills in the Air hates me, good. I mean, I don't want racist people to like me. Could you imagine? So, yeah.
Oh, is she, Tammy? She's using her hippie Jones and pic from the videos as her profile pic. And actually, I mean, I'm using my cupcake, but I'm going to actually show. Oh, I don't have it here, but I have it on my main channel. AMAC actually made an AI avatar of me. And so I am going to start using that on my headstones channel, just because, I mean, why not?
Yeah, I mean, the illustrations, they're just beautiful. I mean, whoever's doing it, like, hats off. I honestly, to be clear with you guys, and no bullshit, if I didn't know it wasn't me, I would actually think it was me. So I get it. I get it. I'm getting blown up in emails and all kinds of other weird shit. It wasn't. I didn't do it. Had I done that, I would be putting my flag in it. Believe me. How could I mean? How could I understand why they're not taking credit for it, but it's not me.
Yeah, and it's not me either. I mean, I appreciate the fact that they're flattering me with the fact that I could do something like that. I mean, I actually went to a site yesterday that does AI, and I was just messing around with it. Like, to come up with an entire video using AI, I I had a hard enough time just coming up with a picture of myself based on keywords. So,
Um, yes, I have to talk about this before it slips my mind. Heels in the Air was like, I see your comments. I've heard him say in the past that he wanted to get an animation of Aileen's dog. Yeah, what I was talking about, let's be clear what I was talking about, Heels in the Air. You dirty racist. What I was saying is, you're live when you were trying to decipher that 3-page police report from someone calling down to Bertha's was hilarious. And what I said, I didn't know if you were doing like a Joe Biden impression. I couldn't tell if it was an SNL skit. And then I went even further to say it would be hilarious if someone were to animate this. That doesn't mean I made these videos, silly. It's that I would find humor in listening to your calamity of existence over there trying to decipher a 2-3 page police report. You did a terrible job, and I thought it was hilarious.
And I did see someone had asked to drop someone's channel link, and I lost it, so and I don't remember who it said. So if you did ask for someone's channel link, please type it again in the chat, and mods, you can drop whatever link. Hey, Tracy Esme. And StreamYard is acting a fool, so as is my internet. Yes, and make sure that you are on live chat or all messages and not top chat. Okay, so this is where I was before.
So
And
yeah,
so actually, oh, go ahead.
oh, I just wanted to say that like I'm seeing like super tiny channels of like really obviously, confused people making wild accusations about Emmy and myself that like it's this big conspiracy. This one woman like with a mink coat in her car, like, oh my goodness, like it freaked me the fuck out. I don't know who these people are, but I just wanted to say there's a real danger in this narrative. Queen Bee and her panel, they're trying to sell to people. I mean, what it's doing, whether they're smart enough to know it or not, is it's causing distress to their viewers, and these people are actually sitting intoxicated in their homes, like yelling at their TV and making short videos about how I'm the devil and Emmy's not a good school teacher. They don't understand the side effects of their actions. That's my whole point. If they want to release a mugshot of me, go ahead. But remember, the source of the person that's releasing this stuff is a two-time federal penitentiary inmate. So, and again, it is what it is.
Yes, and I would have not known about this woman who allegedly is a former BHB mod, which that was kind of mind-blowing. She had posted 2 videos about, actually she had a total of 3 videos about yours truly. One was a positive video defending me and what was happening. The last 2 that were posted last night were attacking not only myself but also Sinner. And so when I went to find them, because I was going to play them, they were mysteriously gone. Well, I do have them screen recorded. However, I didn't have time to get them all worked out and uploaded, so those may be for another time, or we may just not even take a look at them, because again, I don't believe that, again, this is just conjecture, my opinion. I don't believe that this woman was in her baseline behavior.
Yeah, no.
So I actually was torn whether or not to review it. But then I saw that this woman posted a new video not too long ago, because I had tagged her in one of my community posts and she didn't respond, and I was kind of heartbroken, like, like I'm reaching out to you and I'm not hearing anything but crickets. But she made an entire video about it. So I guess I was counting my chickens before they hatched, because she did respond, but she responded verbally as opposed to in writing. So
That's funny. The Glare said, "Remember when JLR released my mugshot? It was terrible for my channel." That's exactly what they hate me so much that they're like building a bad guy. So I'll provide that for them. I mean, honestly, these people have gotten me like 250 subs in the last couple weeks, and I don't even have one fucking video. I just have pictures of my art, which a lot of people seem to enjoy. I mean, thank goodness those people aren't art critics. I mean, I'd be in real trouble.
oh, Spitfire, what chat? Was that Wispy's chat? Because I wasn't there very long. I just
Oh yeah,
happened to go over there. I watched a little bit of it. And
Wispy's
then I
been
had
talking.
to, I mean, just seeing what was being said, like,
Yeah,
I
she
mean,
was
I get
saying bad things.
you want this conspiracy and you want the drama, but it's not me. And I live for the day when and if this creator is discovered, how many people are going to look like idiots
Yeah, I
because
think so too.
they were so hard that they were so not hard, that's the wrong word. They were so gung ho, I guess, that it was me and Sinner and again, people saying that we're conspiring with the Glairer. This woman who she actually brought it up in one of her videos last night that are no longer posted. It was, it was all about when the video was initially posted. So today, on my way home from work, someone in chat had said that this creator had dropped another video. One of Nunya's mods actually said it, and I was like, "Oh, you must be the creator. You shared it before it was posted, or right immediately after it was posted." Like, it's bizarre. Like, the logic in a lot of individuals is highly flawed.
And believe me, that it's not lost on me as well. Like, as I read comments from some of these people, it hits a different way because I used to like them. I thought we got along. Some of them I had great conversations with in private messages, nothing nefarious, just about art and like who I am and stuff like that. And now they're buying this narrative that like I'm abusive to women. And listen, when you guys first started saying that, I was real defensive, and then I was just like, "What are you gonna do? Just look like a maniac?" And then I realized, oh wait, this is what they do to every outspoken man in this community. I mean, I'd hate to put the glare and Dolly Vision together or to use them as examples together, but look, they say the same shit about those two guys. So of course that's the lowest blow, because I mean, if you can defame somebody by saying that they're bad to women, then you have more control over the situation. But they're wrong, like
Oh.
terribly wrong.
And not to interrupt Sinner, but we have royalty in our chat.
Oh really?
Um,
Is that
I don't know
slob
if you
over
see
here?
their screen, but in their own words says, "Just to
Oh,
make sure the conspiracy keeps going, looks like another video was dropped as well. Ha 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 ha. Some of us just refresh our timelines. LOL." So I actually went to YouTube, and sure enough, another video was dropped 5 minutes ago.
I love it. Keep it coming. Keep them coming. I commented on
So,
their video yesterday. I want to buy them a steak dinner and as many drinks as they want on me. I just don't know how to work that out.
and so, I mean, we could watch it all together if, in their own words, is good with it, because I have not seen it yet. And so there we go. See that? I didn't share it. I didn't even know it was there.
Nice. I saw the
And
last. I
it's
saw the.
titled Petty B. Petty B. So actually, let me share screen.
I want to say one more thing before it slips my mind as well. I've got a whole list of things to cover. It's a lot. Um, I want to say to Queen Bee and Little Timmy directly. Um, you do realize, Timmy, that your leader's in trouble. Like, she's the reason that she got sued is because she was defaming people and maliciously using information against them. I mean, I don't think that Betty has a leg to stand on in the case, but there are laws that are separate from, court laws. There are moral laws as well. So whenever you start defaming someone's character and slandering their government name, not just Cinny Sin Con or whatever your dumb asses come up with that day to try to make you feel funny. But like, why would you continue to do what you're being sued for currently? It's bizarre, and it demonstrates irrational thought process.
Or as the title of our live says, malicious intent. Yes. All right, so let me go to, oh wait, hold on a second, share screen. All right, so here's Petty B got her feelings hurt. Let's see. And I don't know, hopefully that In Their Own Words is still here, but Sinner actually found the music video of your intro, so we played it in honor of you today.
Yeah, yes,
It's pretty badass. I've got to say, the song is pretty badass.
and to perpetuate the conspiracy, it gets better. This intro song is made by the same musician as Emmy's intro song to her channel is made by, in addition to being the same musician that makes Betty's intro. So it's very,
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, also part of Queen Bee's intro also has some of Nefex's music. So
yeah.
maybe it's someone from Nefex that's making these videos. So here we go. Oops, wrong window. And I will say, last night I was watching the intro repeatedly because I was like, there's gotta be clues in here. There has to be a clue as to who this person may be. And I noticed they use français in some of their words. And then I was like, And we had kind of talked about on my live yesterday that possibly it was someone in Canada because they used the wrong pricing,
I
because
don't want to
$2.99
guess.
US.
I don't want anyone to figure it out.
No, I don't
I
either, but I
I
still like a puzzle.
I brought this up in Nunya's chat today, and I think she's a smart person. We've disagreed, and she obviously criticizes sometimes how I speak to people, and I respect that because she does it the right way. She doesn't just jump to, oh, this guy obviously beats people. Like that's just how do people connect those dots? Anyways, I have an actual theory about this. I think there's more going on than just these simple videos um, about information that a lot of people are already aware of. A lot of this is news to me because I don't pay attention this way. So, it's eye opening and informative to a lot of people, regardless if, Queen sits over there and says, oh, this is all old news. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's old news to her, but because it's new news to a lot of people. A lot of people that, sent for her are probably questioning why they're doing what they're doing. Hopefully. But here's my theory. I think that this is in part like an experiment, let's say, on anonymity, because everyone's so ignoring the information and it's all about who this person is. What if the point is, the attack on anonymity, the way that the Hive does? They really want to know who this is so bad that they'll do anything. I think that's part of the point. And if that's true, what I'm thinking, then whoever's producing these videos are way smarter than anyone's giving them credit for.
I agree. And I mean, we will watch the one that was dropped earlier this afternoon, just because, again, like Sinner said, a lot of this is old news, but it's new news to a lot of us. So even though I was being blamed for making these videos, that someone gave me the video footage of Jersey going to Dolly's, seriously, like, I don't have time for that. And honestly, I don't care because I wasn't around at that point in time. Like, I didn't follow all that crap. So it's bizarre. It's bizarre.
Yes, thanks, Lisa. Hit that thumbs up for the 207 in chat.
Oh, now 213.
Sweet. They hate whenever we say how many people are in chat. It's so weird.
I know. And
I know.
if
I figured that out
we
too.
were-
I figured that out too. It's because they have so many, just like a mass of people in their chat, that they know that a lot of people are there just for, garbage. And they see over here that we have a consistent amount of people, and they're all here because they like to listen to, what we got to say. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
and there
sure
may
there's
be
some lurkers, but
there may be some haters watching, or, actually a lot of people have been sent a one-way ticket to Block Island, unfortunately, because I can understand, you can go wherever you want, right? I mean, I watch a lot of people that others don't. But when you're creating one narrative in my chat, kind of being like lovey-dovey, and then you're going into another chat and being like like a complete 180, being like really mean and rude towards me, like, that's not just going where you want when you want. That's actually the definition of two-faced. You're one way in front of me and then a different way away from me. So, like me, I am who I am. I'm going to say the same shit regardless of where I go.
yeah, same here. I mean, that's
Or
what
I
they.
just don't say anything.
Yeah, they. I mean, of course, I come off as crass to people that I don't like. I mean, sorry, the neighbor's cutting fucking steel with a saw in his driveway. Anyways, let's see it. Let's see this video.
Yep, sorry. Getting chatty.
Yes.
Petty B. Imagine my surprise when I saw this email.
Oh, snap. So she wasn't lying. She said she was going to strike it so she could figure out who the creator was.
The queen
Did that
bee who
happen?
has showed others
That's what this is. This is to notify you that we have received a privacy complaint from an
Of
individual
course.
regarding your content.
See, that's it. That is the experiment. See, some people,
Hey,
Queen
Mama
Bee
Des.
being one of the worst of them, actually thinks it's her business to know everything about everyone. She actually thinks she's privy to that. I would bet my lunch that this person has protected themselves. We all know there are ways to set up an account without using your actual information, dummy. And please read the Glare's message or comment there. It's incredible.
Let's see. Oh, the one I had on screen.
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
can't.
natural to, so this is the Glare says, I think it's natural to want to know. Nobody doesn't want to know who Batman really is in Gotham. LOL. But everyone but the villains want Batman, so they don't want to ruin it. Batman is needed. Yes.
Yes. The Glare just said in chat, BHB equals QB. Man, where were you motherfuckers 6 months ago when I was saying that? I've been being hushed about that very point for months because sinner, you don't know what's going on, or it's for the greater good. No, it's not. They're both garbage, and I don't understand why anybody supports any of it.
criminal records, private information, and pictures. The bee who talks a tough game on YouTube while standing behind a swarm of yappers tried to file a privacy
Sorry. A swarm of yappers. That
Yappers.
makes me think of Jersey's dogs. They're like, "Meow, meow, meow, meow." Oh boy.
complaint on me. The timestamp is the video of a lean at Dolly Visions.
Oh.
I covered almost the entire video for this reason. Whose privacy was being violated? Queen Bee's. What about Dolly's privacy?
Mm.
I've heard of Queen Bee striking others for things like sharing her picture or playing a clip. If you have proof of this, email me at stuffleaked48 at gmail.com. Hypocrisy at the Hive.
Hypocrisy at the Hive. I love it. So true. And also, everyone who's emailing me pictures of Queen Bee and like her criminal record, I'm not interested. I've only got one dartboard, and I don't feel like reading any of that garbage. So please, I mean it. Stop sending me that shit.
Oh, and I have to actually the description. I have to read the description of that video. It says, "Oh, yeah, hold on a second." It says, "Was this claim to strip anonymity? Was this claim to be a little beach? Tell me in the comments. No tags necessary at this point."
I
So,
love it. So yeah, wow, how ironic. They just proved my point of one of my running theories. So I mean, they are just proving that no one respects anonymity here. Like just like the Glare said, we all want to know. So I think they're playing a little experiment on us to like, how bad do we want to know? You know?
and actually, I am going to slow chat down because, as you know, I like seeing everyone. And
I mean, it seems like people want to know so bad that they're going to turn on their best friends and accuse them. I bet it's going crazy over there in the hive. They have no idea. I still think it's one of them. Someone that was like, all right, enough. That's enough.
yeah. All right. So this next one, this one was actually posted around 3 Eastern because I was driving home from work, and one of Nunya's mods had actually mentioned it in the comments. So I said, tag your it. You're the one who made the videos because you shared it immediately. So, all right, here we go.
Friends of the Hive, Episode 1. Don't worry, I am still working on part 2 of every live you do. In the meantime, enjoy a small video about the Friends of the Hive. B. Tim says, yeah, Jen often gets things wrong because she doesn't do her research. I listened to the Discord convo, and it sounded like 2 separate audio files meshed together. That basically the reason why people have called him a groomer. The issue lies in the fact that I don't know where the original audio file is. So I can't really know if what Morbid's saying.
And so at this point, this was August of 2023. I don't really know what they're talking about here. So if anyone does know, you can put it in chat, but I don't understand what they're talking about with Jenny Jen. I don't watch her. I've watched her a few times, but I just
I
never stayed. So
again, I can't speak for the producer of this video, but it seems to me that they're like they said this is just a snack, right? That's what they said about this episode. Yeah, I don't think they're going to give us too. They're trying to give us too much. They're just trying to show clearly how Queen Bee talks like a gutter mouth to everyone around her, and then criticizes other people for that very thing, and about how like the infighting and the control that's occurring there in the hive. I think that's what they're trying to depict here.
yeah, and I believe it was was it this video or another video where they said, I think you're missing my point? Like everyone's getting caught up on who's created it and that they're sharing old news. Well, again, it's not old news to some of us. Some of us haven't heard of any of this. Like I don't know anything about what happened with Jenny Jen. Oh,
Yeah,
thank you, Just Jake. So Jenny Jen accused Morbid of some type of predatory behavior. Got it. Yes, yeah, I had no idea that was going on.
Is true or a lie. Another thing, Jenny Jen jumps to call people predators too quickly. I think maybe one day when she is in the middle of a lawsuit, she will realize. Maybe I should be more cautious of my words. Independent Thinker says, yeah, I don't know the details of Gone Girl, but I know Nicolina hurts someone in their real life literally daily. That girl says, I refuse to watch Heels. Her voice grates my nerves so hard.
Oh, and so this was back in August. Interesting, because they've been on panel together
Yeah. I mean, if no one else has noticed, like
in the
the
past few days, no less.
well, yeah, the racist asshole who's already, I mean, she's been exposed as an actual racist asshole, has now been accepted back into their community, not my community, but she's like holding court over there on Queen Bee's panel. So, I mean, my theory has always been, if you support a racist, then it is what it is. I had no love for racist people or anyone that supports them.
Yeah, K-Braze, that is a good point. It makes people think about who knew what and when did they know it, in my opinion. And Betty Pants, I see that. I'm not sure what you were saying, but and I did see that you said you were being nice, so please be nice, or I will have to send you back to Betty where she can, put you back on. All right. But yes.
Yeah.
Here we go.
B. Tim says, well, just because the guy calling you out is an ass doesn't mean what he says isn't true. Just like Heels vids. They are still good vids, even with how Heels is.
And again, they've been on panel the last week together.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, common sense would tell you that they've weighed the pros and cons of having a racist on their panel, and they've decided that there are more pros than cons. Like CineCon, Queen Bee, you wretched asshole. How do you feel comfortable with having that explicit racist on your panel? I mean, do you realize that just proves, what a lot of people have been thinking about your whole situation over there to begin with? Hmm. Hmm.
I don't like falling for their tactics of, oh, look, the person calling me out isn't a saint, so everything they say is shit. No one is a saint.
Oh, isn't that ironic? I don't like falling for their tactics of, oh, look, the person calling me out isn't a saint, so everything they say is shit.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what they're
How
doing.
soon the tables turn there, be Tim? Because
Oh, he's
to me, in my opinion, you're claiming that Sinner isn't a saint, yet you're saying everything he does and says is shit, including his artwork, no less.
also shout out to all the haters of the art because business is booming, and I think I've said it already once before, but I'm actually making cash money off of paintings that I painted with my own two hands. Queen Bee, I created something, and someone appreciated enough to give me money for it. What is it that you create again? Except for misery and disinformation.
Everyone got a pass. B. Tim says, I think the problem with the glarer
Oh, Glarer. Here's where you come in.
is he needs to go to AA and also needs to go to therapy because he seems to have some deep-seated dislike of women. Queen Bee says, half the fucking people in that son of a bitch supporting them are from our channel, and to insult them and talk shit to them, he can eat a fat-ass dick today.
That mouth. I wonder if does she like
No.
who kisses that nasty ass mouth? That's a real question. That's ugh.
The reason this is so funny to me is because, kids these days say some things and they always say, "Go eat a dick," right? How do you eat a dick, first of all? Um, it's like, again, it's just semantics, but I mean, really? Oh my gosh, like, that's just really funny to me.
It is. It is kind of funny.
Go eat a dick. Okay. Like, is there, like, can you go to the store and buy a bag of dicks? Like,
No, I
what?
mean it really like it
Mm,
demonstrates like almost like a childlike intellect. I mean, not just like semantics of oh, stop acting like children. Like like for real, stop acting like a child, Queen Bee, because it's not a good look.
I mean, that's what high schoolers are saying to each other these days, so and I gotta find Amex comment, because oh, right here. It's not all the way edible.
I'd imagine
Okay.
it's just like gristle, but I mean, it's enough of that.
B. Tim says, very disrespectful for sure. Queen Bee says, I'ma call the shit with heels out too, because fuck her too. I tried to be nice and let Nicolina know that Heels wasn't throwing hospice out for an excuse yet. She said everyone but me is allowed in your open panel. The conversation turns to Dolly Vision. Fried Egg says, we were talking about
And so clearly this person knows that fantastical assertions is good egg. I wouldn't have known that was good egg unless this creator said that, because good egg is good egg. So,
There ain't nothing good about that egg, in my opinion. In fact, it's the only thing that that person has in common with an egg at all is that they don't have a point.
oh, that's a good is that an analogy? I'm losing my
I don't know.
English.
It's my terrible humor, and it's just you
Yeah.
know just for the hive, just for them.
And Amy M says, Emmy and Sinner, you can eat butter dick. In England, that's a food.
Oh yes, I saw that. I've seen it in grocery stores in Europe. It's like it's a spotted dick on it, and it's like I don't know what it is. I kept it moving.
I can't. All right. Yes,
Focus.
it did say fried egg, because good egg is now fried.
I would have said rotten egg or stank ass egg, but I respect the producer's choices.
I agree, Just Jake. This is someone tight in their hive who went in undercover to expose what they probably knew was going on. I don't know. I guess, the suspense continues.
Lisa says that
about
spotted dick is a pudding. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were starting it.
Oh, no, it's
But
okay.
yeah,
Go ahead.
Lisa says spotted dick is a pudding. Yeah, it's definitely a British thing, if I'm not mistaken.
All right,
Or
well, let's
definitely,
Google it. What?
it's hilarious. I have an ex-girlfriend, and her dad is a British like rock star, and I hung out with him a lot. And he got me into the Vegemite. Like, there's some really strange shit that the Brits do. But the idea that the Brits have like the worst tasting food ever, that's not true. You just have to have the more traditional dishes done by someone who has a good recipe.
Okay, I must be spelling it wrong because Google's not finding it. But
Yeah.
anyways, I believe y'all.
Yeah, Google it. It's strange. And so is Vegemite. That shit is I still don't get it. Like on toast, I've tried it every way that it's eaten and I still can't do it.
Oh, gross, Amy M. I'm not going to put that on screen or read it aloud because
Oh, okay, yes. Lisa says Marmite is English. Yeah, it's the one with the yellow label. I guess I always get them. I just lump them together. It's the same thing though, right? Different brands.
oh, so bar BM Mar BMW sequel admin says, I agree too. It's got to be. And with Discord, you can set permissions in channels or categories so only certain people can see. Yeah, see, it's hard enough for me to just message on Discord, especially with the new update for my phone. The phone app sucks.
Yeah, it
So.
changed. When it updated like last week, it started to really be terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get through this video so we can bullshit.
Yeah, because these comments, I have to ignore chat because they're gonna distract me.
Why all of the sudden he's making community posts and commenting in lives to say he doesn't live there. Like, why now? People said it was because of a live today with crimes and fashion. I haven't watched yet. Queen Bee says, also Aline went to his house and his truck, trailer, car, and camper was outside and the curtains matched the ones in his live. Yep, Savage has been saying he sells soap and his RSO brother has access to his soap orders. Which is these women's name and numbers, and he doxed Savage's granddaughter. Fried Egg says, yeah, that might do. Queen Bee says, he was threatening her grandbaby, and his brother had molested his own daughter. Queen Bee says, yep, Chronicles as running her cocksucker. Ali Sin says, I told Chronicles not to fucking come for me, cause she was being out of pocket.
And Chronicles, are they talking about you here, Shady? Were you being shady?
Well, I mean, I assumed because they're talking shit on Heels there that they're also talking about their chronicles. And I have to say this loud and clear: not all chronicles are created equal. It took me a long time to figure out who the fuck was who. Chronicles of the Shady is the one, is the chosen one. The other one is just a shit stirrer.
I don't think the other one was around back in this time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hey, Lisa. Lisa says, yeah, it definitely was not anything that little bitch CNF said in a live. Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, again, this madness and chaos that's occurring amongst like, oh, that's funny. That person I see on in that message has been really coming at me hard. Anyways, I think it's to demonstrate the chaos that occurs there. And this is not like the Super Bowl of it, or nothing. No incident happened here. There's no event. This is what every day is like for these people when they wake up. It's always damage control. It's always like check the emails, getting screenshots. It's a big operation. You know, I don't think they're smart enough to maintain it.
Yeah, so I agree with what others are saying. Like, whoever was in this Discord is the one either creating these videos or has shared them with someone who is. And it's not me. Let's just get that straight.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll
I've
take
never
the blame, but it's not me.
I've never seen any of this stuff.
Yeah. So please move on.
Pocket to people she clearly recognized by name from the hive. But don't go for subs, right? Hypocritical ass motherfuckers. Queen Bee says, the glarer said he's going back to talk about Sophie again. I swear to God if he does, it's over with.
Who is Sophie? I
No
don't know who
idea.
Sophie is. If someone in chat can, Glare, if you're still here, who's Sophie? Maybe Savage's granddaughter? Because that's what they were talking about before.
No, it's a case. Sophie Long.
Sophie Long case.
Yep. If one of the mods could drop the Glares link in the chat. Everyone go sub up who's not. I know not everyone loves him, but he's really trying to separate himself from the garbage, and he's got a bunch of new people that have no interest in the drama over there in chat. A bunch of new people, bunch of good people. They're not new people. That's one of my pet peeves about these YouTubers, these self-important ones that say, "Oh, they're new on YouTube." Yeah, bitch, I'm new on YouTube, but I'm not new on Earth. So like this idea that like you have some authority because you've been here longer is just, it's not a good look for you. You should be welcoming to people that they can complete whole sentences and have thoughts of their own around here. It seems that's not what you want.
And Chronicles of the Shady said, yes, and I didn't come after Allie. If anything, I might have responded to a comment she made. That is not coming at someone. They lie. Hey, Glow with Glow, what's going on? I saw you got a surprise gift today. I wish I would get surprise gifts. That would be so fun.
Queen Bee says, bitch, these hornets are going to come hard at your ass if you don't sit your shitty ass down. Shady fuck.
It's hilarious. Listen how that's how she talks to everyone, men
but
and
it's
women.
not even, it's like so funny to me. I don't know, maybe because it's I don't talk like that, but like they're gonna come hard at your ass. Okay, so I'm gonna tell a story. Speaking about hornets coming hard at your ass, so I was mowing the lawn one day and I thought I had hit some rocks because it felt like little pebbles like hitting my skin. Oh no, I had run over a hornet's nest and they were literally coming hard at my ass. And I got the heck out of Dodge. I had at least 8 hornet stings all over my body. And I was like, oh hell no. So my dad helped me get rid of the hornets because they had a huge nest. It was about 6 to 8 feet long underground. It went from one part, like one side to another. And so it was a chore, but no more hornets.
I told Emmy my hornet story. I was benefited greatly in my life by a hornet. It's a very strange story. It's very long, so I'll save it for another time. But yeah, it seems like hornets just try to keep helping me out in life. Somebody asked, what is Sinner's channel? If someone could please do me a favor and drop that in the chat.
Hey, JD
I
Wells, what's going on?
I'm approaching 400 subs and I haven't produced one video yet. Right now I've got my art over there and some links to other videos that I think people might find interesting, but I'm working up to it.
Oh, and Chronicles says, also, I would like to point out, QB said, I didn't dox Heels in a private message, and she was happy to know what she was about and didn't agree with who she was. Yeah, okay. Then look what happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. One of them, who was it? I think it must have been Hiles in the air that said it. Something along the lines that your Sinner and Emmy have become the monsters that they were chasing. First of all, enough with this fantasy fairy tale like storytelling that you people do. I mean, it's like B Tim liking imaginary fights at a 7-Eleven. Like he has a whole scenario. Like, and I would also like to animate that. So if that happens, then maybe you got me figured out. But it's just enough with the fictitious storylines. I mean, it goes so all over the place that Emmy's not a real teacher; he's a substitute teacher. And all of my paintings that I've posted on my page are screenshots from Amazon. Like, what is wrong with these people? Who in the
Yeah,
world would? I would never. I would. I'm. Look, I know people say I'm stupid, but to myself, I feel like I demonstrate a certain level of intellect. I would never, especially when these people want anything I do wrong, they're going to stomp on it. There's no way I would start painting or posting paintings that aren't mine. So B Tim's like, I'm going to look into it. Go ahead, you fucking idiot. Why don't you just email me and I can send you the whole thing? I can send you 400 paintings. I'm sure you got the fucking memory in your computer because you're over there collecting stuff for your fearless leader. None of you chumps impress me. Moreover, none of you chumps intimidate me. So keep it up. Let's go.
And Sinner Amex said, Sinner, not fair. I only
And
have 460 subs and I go live.
well, I've
Hey,
been
Mac,
wondering.
you gotta start talking a little more smack, girlfriend. And Mama Des, I am very happy that your son is okay. That had to have been really scary having so many hornet stings on his little body.
Uh, somebody put Amac's link in the chat.
Oh yeah, AMAC, put your link. Oh, she put your
We
link. Right.
we
AMAC, put
play
your link.
Amac hosts game nights and
Word search.
word
That's my
search. It's a lot of
favorite.
fun, and she has a great laugh. Everyone's very kind in there. So I would, and don't hate on her just because I'm recommending it. Like
Who
I
said
don't.
that, AMAC? Somebody said, she said, well, apparently things are, quote, rich coming from me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know Amac personally. She's just always been around, and she's pleasant with me. I'm pleasant in return, and she has a fun channel that we play games on. It has nothing to do with anyone's drama, and you're getting the sinner effect. Like if you're friendly with me, then you're going Queen's Black Book, and you know what I'm saying, that's no good for anybody. It's not good for business. I'm bad for her business. I'm sorry that's true because all I'm doing is telling the truth.
Yep, and BL is in chat. BL said, I've seen Sinner's artwork nearly 2 years ago, and it's amazing work.
CBL knows. Also, I don't know if everyone knows, it is a pleasure to have BL here. BL is the real deal. A moderator and a wing person for Ikidmo. Oh, let me talk about that really quick. B Tim was talking. Okay, this is directly at little Timmy himself. I watched one of those lives, and you said Ikidmel's name like 7 to 12 times in reference to me. What does that even mean? And then someone else said Ikidmel would never claim him. Dude, I'm not looking to be claimed by any YouTuber. Like we're not cut from the same cloth, friend, at all. So, and I was an active member, like a paying member of Ikidmel's channel for a year, 12 whole months. So you're saying that's not true. Heels in the air is like, there's no way that's true. I mean, that's what you do. You try to like make facts untrue. I mean, what is the value in that? Like, were you trying to get Ikidmel's attention so he would hear your little fucking bitch voice saying his name or something? Because I never said anything negative about Ikidmel. In fact, I've contributed to Ikidmel's legal fund to go after Ryan Upchurch because Upchurch is one of my least favorite people. You know I hate racist. So Timmy, get your shit together. High heels in the air. Stop it. Everyone already knows who you are. Some of them like it. I don't.
Oh, wow, Chronicles of the Shooty. Well, we know Heels gets birth certificates to prove someone's race. So, shh. It's okay as long as you don't tell anyone, says the one who contacted JLR's ex-girlfriend. Yeah, I don't know about anything about that, but that's pretty messed up. And just an FYI, I may have to... Oh, wait, never mind.
Go catch a cat.
There was a kitten trapped, but somehow it got out of the trap. So the person, the woman who is helping me trap may have tried to get it out of the trap to put it in the carrier, and it got away. So no kitten yet, but my sister has told the person, do not try to put it in the carrier. She will come get the trap, and we will put the kitten in the, with their sibling, and then bring the trap back. So yeah.
May I finish my thought on that really quickly?
Yeah, for sure. Sorry.
Okay, so maybe the reason that Hills in the Air, Hiles in the Air doesn't realize that I was over and Ikidmel's like, and I would super chat. I really enjoyed. I still do enjoy the channel, but I have to spend less time there because the stink of the hive follows me everywhere I go, against my will. I can't go anywhere now without being connected to the actual smell of shit that's sticking to me from even interacting with the people at the hive. So I don't. Maybe you don't recognize me over there because I don't bring the bullshit there because I respect Ikadmel and his channel and his chatters. Same thing with Rabbit. I've been a member over there for a long time. Are you going to say that's not true as well? But I don't bring my bullshit over there because I'm more respectful than you people are. All you're doing, Queen Bee, is just introducing me to people. Sorry, I had to get that out.
No, it's okay. I'm over here trying to figure out this kitten stuff, but it should be taken care of, hopefully. All right, so let's go back here.
Queen Bee says, "Holy fuck, Forgotten Whispers was really crazy. I watched it, and the chat, I can tell y'all, I see this coming from a mile away. Boston has been flirting with Gina behind closed doors, and then ignoring her or going other places, and she got mad. Gina was talking shit in my private chat about it, and I asked her to take it elsewhere, and she left the panel. She then went to Jen's and said that's the only place she feels safe. Rowena came to me very, very upset and crying because Boston went to her and she said something to Gina, and then Gina..."
Okay, so I remember the stuff with Boston and Gina vaguely. I didn't
Yeah,
really follow, but
I got a little more information on it. Yeah, he was definitely flirting with her, and behind the scenes, I'm not even sure he denies that. But then it became a thing where he had to say, "Oh, that's not true." He basically, he wanted to have a little secret, and it didn't work out for him.
mm,
Gina started talking about her. This was just a little snack. There will be a lot more to come in the Friends of the Hive series. If you want to email me anything juicy, my email is stuffleaked48@gmail.com.
interesting. So yeah, so that is, again, if one of the mods can drop, and actually I have it pinned. That is in their own words. I have the link pinned.
I'm sure Heels in the Air is watching this. Have a look at the comment pinned on the screen there, Heels. This is someone who moderates for Ikadmel and has for a long time helped them collect great information on stories, and like I said, a wing person for the purple-hearted sons of bitches over there. I love them. I feel uncomfortable going over there and showing, popping my head out because they all look at me like I'm included in Queen's ugliness, and all I'm doing is calling her out. So I mean, and again, I mentioned Gray Hughes Investigates, another highly respected, in my mind, a highly respected true crime channel. I think it's one of the best channels there are. And like again, I can't go over there and bring the shit stink from the hive with me. I just won't do that. So if you haven't seen me over there, Timmy, good, because I avoid your little weird ass like the plague.
And I have a question because I haven't followed down the rabbit hole news much at all either. I only started watching her when BHB started calling her a little girl and questioning her education. And
Yeah,
so wasn't Rabbit part of Queen Bee's side of the street for a while?
that's for me. That's none of my business. I mean, she still may be to this day. But from what I understand, her background is being a social worker. She's an educated woman and fucking badass. I don't
Right, but
agree with a lot. I
the
don't
reason
agree
I
with a
ask
lot
is
of.
because people are bringing up that, Rabbit is a real channel and none of these channels will be getting 50,000 soon. And so I just question, I mean, yeah, she could have broke away, but I thought she was part of that community at one point before breaking away. I guess that's what my question was.
It could be. I found her channel through Ikadmel whenever the Kylie Rodney shit was occurring, and I was like very tuned in. I was paying attention to all of that. It was a very interesting story to me, and because I'm so anti conspiracy theories, that like it was, of course you're going to be interested. So it's like an epic battle. Like in my head, it was like good versus evil. Like the shit Ryan Upchurch was pulling, and of course, Mel was following it closely, and then that's how I found out about Rabbit because they're compadres. So he recommended her channel, and then that's how I ended up over there. But again, like I'll talk shit over there, but only about the subject that she's covering. I'm not going to bring drama over there. Like people say, he goes from chat to chat to chat. I think there was one time that I was drunk and I posted something in Rabbit's um, Discord that was inappropriate, and they promptly said, that's not for here. One time out of all the times I was fired up and angry at Queen. So what I'm saying is I respect them. That's why I don't cause shit over there. And it's not up to me if you understand that, dummies.
All right, so Ellie said they're good with each other, but Rabbit comes from another community. All right, thank you. Yeah, I didn't know. I had only heard of Rabbit once BHB started, going after her, and then that's when I actually was like, well, Rabbit's kind of cool. Like, I don't know why BHB would go after her. Then again, why would BHB go after anybody?
I know that was a ramble, but I had to clear it up because little Timmy and that racist lady Hills in the air just don't understand. They don't understand that, like, again, even if I just showed up on YouTube yesterday, it doesn't mean that I'm new on Earth, you dumbasses. You think I haven't dealt with scumbags like you people before? Of course I have. I'm a human being. I've dealt with undesirable people. Like 10% of all humans in my head are just like you. So let's go.
And thank you everybody in chat for answering, my questions, because I truly didn't know. And Christy M said, I've watched Rabbit since she was tiny. She may have mentioned Queen Bee in the lawsuit, but she is removed from all that now.
Yeah, and I'm sure, I'm certain that Ick and Mel and Rabbit wouldn't agree with what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Because they're both, more humble, respectful people than I am. I can be an asshole, but like I'm being pushed to this. It's none of this is fun for me. I just have to prove my point.
And Twist, and so I don't want to come across as saying that it's nefarious or anything of the like. I just that was just a question that I wasn't sure of. So please don't, take this and spin it saying, oh, Emmy was saying this.
No, I mean I have
like
a
they're doing shady stuff. Like that's not at all. I had the question because I had seen, Rabbit did go over part of the lawsuit at one point, and BHB was going after her at another point. So I honestly didn't know, and it was just a genuine question for my own understanding.
Hey, Kathy P's in the chat. Kathy P says,
I actually did say hi to her because we
I
were
just noticed.
chatting, and so I hope you're feeling better, Kathy.
Yes, same
I
here.
did
I've been
actually I think it was last night Kathy was live, or yesterday afternoon, and so I missed the live, but I did catch the replay, and I said, you must be feeling better since you're yelling at BHB. So it was good to see you back online. Kathy P, I don't know if we're still getting blamed today. As of yesterday, we were more so
Yeah.
Sinner than me,
I don't
because
even have a laptop.
yeah.
I mean, really. I'm talking to you through a 99-cent headphone that I bought at the dollar store.
Oh, LaDonna says, I am simply here to observe and eat popcorn. Well,
Sweet.
that sounds like a really good plan to me. I haven't had popcorn in a hot minute. Hey, Flamingo Hunter.
I have a jar of dill pickle salt for the popcorn. It's something else.
Oh, Christy M, that's right. Okay, so now it's coming back to me. Christy M said BHB went after Rabbit because she debunked Betty's dumbass nationwide child welfare registry Correct, because there had already been one created. And speaking of,
Oh, I see.
what happened with that whole project, BHB? Apparently, and this is just a side note, but Sinner let me know that BHB is going to be making a documentary. And I was like, wow,
I hope I'm in it.
can
I
I
want to
be in
be in
it
it.
too?
I hope I'm featured. Hopefully they make me look like in their own words do. Like that guy was rad.
Oh, thank you, Ellie. I think you are off the list, in my opinion. Well, I hope so, because I mean, it's like I said, it's flattering. It's just not true.
But wait a minute, Ellie was just completely blaming me in the comments that I did it. Does Ellie? Do
Right,
you
but I
think
think
I?
she was talking to me that I
Oh,
was
okay.
off the hook.
So that's cool. I mean, I love this idea that people think I did it, and I definitely would take credit for it. See, Ellie knows, and also I don't have those editing skills. I don't. I've never fucking edited a video in my life. I'm a big fan of the videos, though. Don't get me wrong. I feel like it's a Christmas miracle.
Oh, SoFlo said it wasn't Ellie, it was
No,
Grain.
no, no, no. It was definitely Ellie. It was Ellie going at me in Nunya's chat to the point where Nunya even said, "Sinner just drew his boundary, Ellie. Please respect it." So I know what I'm talking about. Nice try. Everyone just
Oh, the
thinks I'm a
one this
drunk asshole.
afternoon.
Yeah, yeah. Just recently. Just that's why it's so hot
Yeah, I haven't
on
been
the
able
mind.
to finish it all. I was so far behind listening.
But I thanks, Soflo. I appreciate it. I was talking about just recently in Nunya's. Um, uh, I guess I should
Remy.
talk about. I guess I should talk about everyone. This is another one. Alcoholism. Sinner's a big bad drunk or a big bad drug addict. I don't do drugs. I mean marijuana, sure. I mean I'm in California. I've got a couple of vape pens and a little jar full of really strong weed. Like, but it's not. I'm not a drug person. Um, as far as alcohol, sure. Obviously, clearly a battle with alcohol, but that's none of your business. And I'm proud to tell you assholes that I haven't had a drink since I embarrassed myself on Thanksgiving because I realized I wasn't representing myself properly. So you had me on that, but you don't no longer have me on that. If you understand what I'm saying. So now what? You're making me a better person. Thank you very much.
And so, sorry to change the subject, but the documentary, does anybody know what the documentary is going to be about? Like, is it about her life?
No, it's about her adventures in escapades surrounding the Summer Wells case, from what I understand.
Seriously? Like,
Yeah.
why would she want to do a documentary? She thinks Summer's deceased.
Well,
So
she
what's
has
the point?
that's what she has most of the footage of. I mean, that's literally a third of her existence.
Hmm.
And Olivia is just like a skilled filmographer. I mean, a lot of people talk shit. I mean, I wouldn't have lunch with her, but she's good at what she does when she puts her mind to it. So if she's helping her, it might look good, but we all know it's going to be some weird shit. And like Emmy said, Betty actually thinks that the little girl's deceased. Like I like to hold out hope, especially since Emmy's been running these stories of these children that have been found years later. So always hold out hope until you have substantial evidence that dashes your hopes. There's always hope until there's not. So I mean, I know it's more exciting for channels to be like, oh, it must be the this or that, or they're fantasizing about what could be instead of just looking at what is you know what it is.
And that's a good point, Lisa. Oh, and what did Kathy say before Lisa? All right, so there's Lisa's. Let's see, where's Kathy P? Okay, so Kathy P had said the documentary on her Summer Wells. And then Lisa said, so she's ripping off something Olivia is probably trying to do first, question mark.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Well, I mean, from my understanding, they're still friends. I mean, again, that's none of my fucking business, but that's what's portrayed. So I'm assuming they're in it together. They're making it together. But I could be wrong. She could just be jacking it like she did JLR stuff.
Ellie, Ellie, I actually saw you asking more than just this question, but Ellie said I wasn't going after you. I asked if you sign your artwork. How is that going after you, Sinner?
Um, Ellie asked me, "Do you sign your artwork Sinner?" And I said no. And then I got side eyes and the word interesting, like there was some kind of conspiracy against
Do you think
like
it was she forgot the comma? Like she was referring to you as Sinner, but wanted to know if you signed your artwork? So possibly if there was a comma there, there would have been like it was
I,
miscommunicated. I'm just saying it's kind of
I,
like
I
the
suppose it's possible, and I'm not going to remember every syllable that was exchanged between the two of us. But I mean, it's possible that Nunya's live chat is available now if we have to dedicate time to this person to appease
just
them.
because I wasn't there and playing devil's advocate, like I took it like if Ellie was asking you if you sign your artwork, she was, and again, I can't speak for Ellie, but I would take it as she was referring to you by Sinner, not saying do you sign it Sinner, but she was saying do you sign it, comma, Sinner. Not, I don't know.
Cool.
It's kind of like the
I'm cool. All right.
it's like the whole panda. I don't know if you've heard of this, but commas make a difference because you could say eat um eats, shoots, and leaves, right? So like pandas eat shoots and leaves. Or you could have commas where the panda eats, shoots, and then leaves.
Yeah.
Totally different meanings. So again,
Yeah.
that's how I would
If you
take
say
it. But again, I
if you say
wasn't there.
if you say we're having grandma for dinner, it's a lot different than if you punctuated, you know.
Correct. Exactly.
But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
no, I mean, to be quite honest, there was more to the dialogue and back and forth, and I have no beef with Ellie at all. Inquisitive, I'm the same way. So I just found it odd. Like, do you sign your paintings?
Right. And so I was correct. Ellie said, Sinner, I said, Sinner, do you sign work? I wasn't asking if he signed it, Sinner. So again, it's punctuation
All right,
matters, people.
let's move past this. It's lame. Ellie wins. To answer your question, do I sign my artwork? Sometimes. It's a strange question.
Yes, punctuation matters. Oh, there we go. Amax got it. So instead of let's eat, Grandpa, exclamation point, let's eat, Grandpa. Right.
So what else is going on in YouTube? Did you want to show that clip of that our
Yeah, we
biggest
could
fan?
look a little bit. Well, yeah, we could watch a little bit of it. So this lady was
So Flo, I signed my artwork dinner.
dinner.
Ellie, for the last fucking time, I I interpreted your question over Nunya's chat saying, "Do you sign your work Sinner?" I thought you were asking me, "Do I sign my artwork with the name Sinner?" And I said no. And then you responded, "Interesting, side eyes." Like I did not understand what you were asking me. We good? We good? Let's go.
Yes. And so AMAC actually said, this person did not seem like they were at their baseline. Those videos have since been either privated or deleted because when I went to find them today, because I was just going to download them and then play them through YouTube, they weren't there anymore. I do have them screen recorded on my phone, but I decided that I'm not going to show them because again, if they're privated or deleted, I'm not going to, you know, exploit someone's maybe, bad night. This, however, was posted in response to my community post. So, as many people are saying, they believe that myself and the Glare are in a conspiracy. Apparently, that narrative has changed, but yesterday I was in a conspiracy with Glare because I posted the video first. And actually, before I do that, let me go to my community post, because that will kind of explain why this woman responded to me.
Yeah, and I don't, me personally, she says really crazy things about me, but again, she just parroting the narrative that's coming from Queen Bee and the Hive. They're like, he's a woman beater, the way he talks to women. I have to say it again because people don't understand. There's for every like 20 women here in this krama drama community, there's only one guy. So like most times that I have a disagreement with someone, I mean, not most times, but it's likely that a disagreement with someone in this community is going to, the result of that's going to be me arguing with a woman. It's not because like I'd rather argue with a woman or I have any like disrespect for women. There's just way fucking more of them here. So I mean, simple statistics. Again, Queen Bee wouldn't understand simple numbers. She just understands, the bottom line. Like they're talking about toast. I'm talking about bread.
Yeah. That apparently bread can be racist now, which is interesting.
I saw
Didn't
that.
know that
I saw
fun
that.
fact.
Well, white bread has always been sort of a derogatory term for like a generic white person,
Yeah, true.
But I mean, white's not a culture; it's just a skin tone. I mean, you have the Irish people, German people. I mean, white's not anything.
Hey, Cheese. Cheese says logistics are hard. Yes, they are sometimes. So this was my community post because I had seen this woman, her videos from last night. Another creator played them, and she was pretty much yelling at me and Sinner, saying that
Hang on. I have to respond to this comment. Remy says, Sinner, many males in the community over the years have been told they shouldn't be in women's drama. No, this is if they're looking up my mugshots and talking and explicitly saying that I'm lying about my military record and that the paintings that I'm posting, they can't make up their mind. They're either garbage or I didn't do them. That's defamation. That's also slander. So this is not a woman's drama, like you say, Remy. I'm a man and the drama is directly me. It's affecting me. So if you're saying that that's just what mean women do and I should know better, I don't understand what you're saying.
And what you waiting for says, hi Sinner, you didn't make the video, you said, but do you know who did?
I
None of us
believe
do.
I believe I have a pretty good idea and I think it's the same person that Declare thinks, but I haven't spoken with them about it. The fact is the person has a fucking email, you dummies. If you want to know who it is, why don't you email and ask them? You might be surprised.
And Ellie, I have to disagree with you here that Sinner's not the drama. He is everyone's drama. That is how they're getting
They've been
their
slandering my name
self-fulfilling
for a week,
views.
Ellie. Again, just like Nanya had to do in her chat, interrupt her show to tell Ellie specifically, Sinner just drew the boundary, and this person's not respecting it. Ellie, like I said, I offered you an interview because you were on my nuts so hard. Like if you have questions for me, I'm happy to answer them. My email is in my channel description. Let's work it out because just following me around pestering me is a lot.
And Ellie, yes, it's been a week. They've been talking shit about myself and Sinner. It's been a week, probably more, but more consistently over the last week. I mean, I did a live almost a week ago about it. So, I mean, it's just
Yeah, so I don't have time for like Ellie's like naiveness to the situation. I know what's going
Yeah,
on, and
and
most of the
heels.
people in our chats too.
Heels going back and forth, being in my live or Sinner and I's live last week, and then running over to Queen Bee and telling her, "Oh, they're saying this over there." Like, really?
Heels is a piece of shit racist. That's my official opinion. And it's not because she's a woman. It's just because she's a piece of shit racist. I'm sure the people directly around her are all the same way. And the fact that she's comfortable on that panel over there tells me, I mean, it just confirms everything. I mean, that's the last thing that needed confirmed for me. Now I know. I mean, Queen Bee's panel is literally like a laboratory in Wuhan. There's nothing but infection and sickness coming from it, in my personal opinion. And to think just a little while ago, I was going to apologize because I was confused about what Aileen was doing when she was coming at Emmy. Turns out Aileen works for Betty and Queen Bee. That's the common denominator, and they all have blank screen cell phone number. So what I'm saying is, fuck all of those people. And if you disagree with me, cool. I mean, all you're left with is like maybe you'll catch a mugshot of me, or maybe you'll talk shit on my art. Either way, I'll be just fine.
And there was something I wanted to add, and no, I don't remember. Oh, Aileen is a double agent. I mean, she's shown she is in the past.
Everyone's giving her too much credit. She's not an agent. She's just a fucking unstable person who's doing fucked up shit. Let's just face it. And these people are taking advantage of her.
And Tazzy says they love your work, Sinner.
Thanks, Tazzy. Even Peggy, of all people, who I thought absolutely hated me, has been saying nice things about my art. So like I don't think Queen Bee knows exactly who she's fucking with, even if she has every record of mine. Like, who am I today? Who's Queen Bee today?
And I remembered what I was going to say, because you were talking about the slander and defamation.
Oh yes.
And so it's my opinion, and again, this is just my opinion, because if, someone's saying it on panel with other guests verbally, that's one thing. However, with those people in chat making the same comments or disparaging remarks, that's also slander and defamation. Even though
Sure
you're
is.
not saying it out loud, you're still putting it in writing. That's actually defamation.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, I have a clip. Someone sent me a clip of Queen Bee saying just yesterday or day before, like, "Oh, that sinner's got mental issues. I'm telling you right now, there's no question he's crazy. There's something wrong with his mental stability." And meanwhile, little Timmy's like, "You can't say that. Say in my opinion. Say in my opinion." And she's like, "No, he's crazy. I'm telling you. You just can't." Queen Bee, that's what you're getting sued for, you dumb dummy. You can't just say someone's crazy. You can't just say that someone's you can't do that. You're not allowed to do that. That's why you're being sued, you dumb asshole. I'm not sue happy, but I'm ready for you motherfuckers if you keep it up. And I'm not even a threatening person. I'm just telling you what you're doing is slander and defamation against my character. I mean, I would have a better case to you if I got against you right now if I got a lawyer than Betty does. So I mean, I don't understand why you keep pushing it. You should change the subject and move on.
yeah, exactly, Remy. I want to say Jersey. Jersey is responsible for her own actions. However, no one is, I don't know, saying, hey, not cool to her. I think they do say not cool, but at the same time, they welcome her doing these irresponsible things because they don't have to. They're doing it, they're doing it on their own. And Broken, I disagree with you. Have you listened to these streams back to listen to yourself? Poor Emmy can't even talk. Here's the thing. I'm not talking right now because good news, we've got a kitten. So Sinner talking actually is helping me because I've been texting back and forth with this woman who has the kitten. So I will have to actually leave for like 3 minutes so that I can get the kitten, put it in the crate with its sibling, and then run the trap back outside. So I'm not talking in this instance for a reason. And I really
Broken.
hate that people are still dwelling on the fact that Sinner over talks me. I do the same thing. So again, looking to just say, "Oh, Sinner over talks her. He's abusive. She better watch out." And apparently Queen Bee said, "I'm just trying to protect her." Are you kidding me? And I found I haven't listened to it yet. I did screen record it, but I was doing something else, so I haven't listened to it yet. But again, how? By talking shit about me every day and saying, alleging that I'm behind these videos, that I got it from someone inside the hive, blah blah blah. Like I'm not that close with people. I think it was Nunya who said, "Yeah, we've talked here and there, but we're not besties." I'm not besties with Laura because I tagged her in a freaking community post or I hang out in her chat and say, "Hey, Laura, how's it going?" It's called being a decent human being and saying hi to someone. Like, if I see you on the street, I'm going to say hi, even though I don't like you, because it's called respect.
Ellie asked,
So,
am I blocked? Ellie, you're not blocked. I mean, we only block people that are just out of control. I don't see that you are.
no, Ellie's not blocked. I see her.
Yeah.
Unless she was, yeah, because I was, what name is this one? So I'm not sure which one they got. The one that was in the trap before was the Calico. So depending on which one, it's either
Okay, I have to talk
Gingerbread
about
or
this.
Frosty.
I have to call this person out, and I think I just don't want them here anymore after I read their comment. Broken says, y'all do the same thing the Hive does. Every one of those creators does the same shit, and then tries. No, we don't. We simply don't, and I think you don't even know where the fuck you are right now. There you go, little Timmy. You get a win. I'm talking shit to chat. Broken, you're dumb as hell. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard because I do nothing like the Hive does. I don't collect people's private information and then make jokes about them. I don't do that. I don't talk shit on veterans. I don't bash people's work. You're absolutely wrong. Good day.
Oops. I hit the wrong button. All right, so Sourpuss, I'm going to leave you to it just for a few minutes. I'm going to run out and get the kitten, and then I will be back.
Cool. So what's up? I mean, just in case people missed it, the whole beef between me and Queen Bee started months ago. Whenever there was some, Betty was fighting with Emmy and Queen Bee, I was listening in, which I often did back then, and she said something along the lines that Emmy was showing her channel against BHB to her students. Emmy's a school teacher. And I was like, well, that's not true. So I jumped up on panel and I corrected her dumbass. Ever since then, ever since the first time I challenged her, she's been on my nuts. And I'm up for the challenge. Like I said, let's do it. Amax says party time. K-Bray says, Sinner, I know this sounds crazy, but have you ever tried to draw a picture in the dark? Yes, in art classes, I was forced to draw blindfolded, draw left-handed in a mirror, all kinds of crazy tricks. Yes, I am the substitute teacher now. That's funny. Lisa, it's raining here too. It's been raining here in Central California for like this is day 4, and it rained all night last night. I've never seen that this much rain here. Yes, blindfolded mama dads. That's something that happens in art schools all over. Yeah, I mean, if anyone is gonna say that I do anything like Queen Bee does, they're out of their fucking mind. Because like I'm too busy with my actual existence. YouTube's sort of like fun for me. Well, it should be until they started like, let's see if Sinner's been arrested. Listen, if you've heard me ever speak about anything and think I've never been arrested, you're fucking stupid to begin with. Of course, no one's ever asked me, but they're not crimes that I'm ashamed of. I never hurt anyone. I never sold drugs to children. I've never been once accused of hitting a woman. So, I mean, their narrative is just dead in the water. Shit, the chat just skipped ahead for me. Mom and Dad says I was in art school as well. The hardest for me was the mirror exercise. Me too. It's really, it's way more complicated than it sounds. Plain Jane says, since you refused to answer me, okay, it's the first time I've ever seen that. I'll just assume you're okay with a racist. Me, okay with a racist? No, I rebel and fight against racists every opportunity I have, as well as fascists. I don't like either group of people. So, hopefully that cleared that up for you. In fact, I mean, and if you, never mind. Um, oh, what's up, Cheese? Sorry, I'm not seeing all the comments. They moved pretty quick here. Brooke is a troll. Yeah, I figured that. I mean, if she's going to come and say, Sinner, you're just like Queen Bee, I mean, are you crazy? I don't, you know, Laura is a total racist. Laura is a racist? I've never heard that. I know that Heels in the Air is a proven racist, like confirmed. Laura is a racist, and I'll have to look into that. I don't believe you, but it's cool.
All right, I'm back.
There you are.
So they got the little calico. I thought the gray one was spicy. Holy moly. She's like
Gonna
freaking out. But we got 2. So we're not going to try again tonight. We'll try again tomorrow night and Friday.
Good
So
job. Good
yeah,
job, sweetie
so
pie.
the little calico, so little gingerbread has made it, and it's so cold here, so and she was still eating the food in the trap. She's like, "Wah, wah, wah, wah," eating the food, and it's like, and then as soon as I
Uh,
went to open the trap to let her out, she's like freaking out. Oh, jeez,
um,
they are not.
Emmy, could you unhide Sober Pug? SoFlo hid them
Oh, I
by
was gonna say,
accident.
let's see. I think I can.
We're on it, AMAC. I see you. All cats are evil. I used to think so too, only because shit. I feel like I'm just one of my older sisters has a cat, and every time I visit, it would be on the staircase that sort of goes right at the entrance, little foyer, and this fucking cat would sit at the second from the bottom step and just. I mean, it made noises at me that I've never heard before. But that's the only cat that's ever done that. And like, I think honestly, if I stepped towards it, it would just jump and latch to my face.
And they're probably 3 to 4 months old, and normally your goal is to get them between, well, no more than 10 weeks old, because they start to become, feral, but they're still young enough that, I'm not going to be able to, you know, force my love on them immediately, but they will get used to it. And I'll be on break next week, so I'll be spending a lot of time with them to try and get them a little less nervous. But when I put the calico one in the crate with her sibling, so Blizzard was still under the bed hiding. So when Calico went in, she ran on top of her sibling, and I'm like, you're on your sibling under the bed. But at least they have they have each other now, and so now we just have to get the mom and the other kitten.
The rotten egg is here. Oh man, H&H. I didn't think. Oh, I missed the comment. I moved too quick.
Oh, it's here. I didn't think
Yeah,
I had ever
some
been,
fried
quote, so
egg.
out of control that I needed to be blocked in your chat. You're not blocked.
Obviously, you're watching your dumbass comment. Oh, am I blocked? If you're wondering if you're
Oh,
blocked
wait.
somewhere, then sorry, Cinder. LOL.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute. AMAC, are you doing it on purpose or by
yeah.
accident?
I see sorry, Sinner. LOL. I don't know what's going on, but I don't give a shit. I don't hear anything from the good egg, anyways. It's like the least informative human being on earth.
Yeah, and I
And
didn't
and
block
and
you,
it
so I
also
don't
it
know where that's
also
coming from.
involved in like getting a kick out of people going to people's private homes. So good egg could Humpty Dumpty on out of here.
Aw, Twist, that's so sweet. I was on my porch and heard a meow, so I meowed back, and a kitten ran up the road right to me. New kitty. Oh my gosh, it makes me so sad. These poor babies, and I mean, thank goodness we got one. So now we know they come around 6. So tomorrow we'll be planning. We plan to set the trap again at 6 tomorrow to try to get one more, and then we got the mom and the other kitten, and then we'll be good. Yes, they could become TNR barn buddies, absolutely, but it's my opinion. I usually take the feral cats because I have all I have is time and patience. And there was one, my sister actually adopted this cat's baby. His name is Zeus. Her name is Patra after Cleopatra. And I couldn't pet her for about 2 years. And now she's my bestie. So, sometimes it takes time, and a lot of people want, that cuddly, snuggly kitty. And so she ended up being mine because I had just had her so long. Hey Mildred. No, this is not a cat channel, but I also do cat rescue on the side. So I had a cat in a trap, so I had to quickly leave and go tend to that.
Who says this is not a cat channel? I'm kidding,
Oh,
of
you
course.
volunteer at shelters? Oh yeah, I love cats.
Yes, I think we all love. Well, most of us love cats here.
Yeah, I mean, I love all animals, but I'm impartial to cats because I grew up with them, all through my life, and I am allergic to cats, but I don't care. So it's not as bad as, like I'll have trouble breathing or anything, but I definitely have a stuffy nose a lot because I'm allergic to cats, and more so kittens. So I don't know what it is about kitten fur, but kitten fur really bothers my allergies. I don't know if it's because it's so fine or whatever, but they definitely make my eyes a little more itchy than adult cats.
Cheese is convinced that all cats are evil, so we gotta respect that. K Braze says I'm a cat. No, K Braze, you're a fucking lion. There's a difference.
Mm. Good Egg is not blocked. I
Good
saw
egg
her on my
can go
phone.
sizzle somewhere. Seriously, really, I'll name them. Rowena, that girl, Good Egg. I mean, these are some of the worst fucking simps in the entire world. I mean, they're the worst yes men ever. And I don't care if I misgendered them. I don't give a fuck what they look like with their clothes off. They're just simpletons. Simpletons.
But I do want to say, even though I'm not a fan of that girl at all,
She
I
said
did see her.
yesterday.
What's that?
Yesterday, she said some things. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk over you.
She did make a comment, and I don't remember whose chat it was, but I did see in the chat replay that she made a comment in my defense. So that doesn't negate everything, that I've seen in the past, but I do appreciate when someone can see something for what it is at face value and say it in a place where it is the least
Popular. Yeah.
common like least common
Yeah.
commonly agreed on statement. So
Yeah. To go against the grain with your honest opinion is something that's not very popular. So yeah.
yes. And so I did appreciate that and I did see that. And no, I'm not going to be besties with that girl now, so don't get it twisted, people out there.
Hell
But,
no.
I can appreciate something that deserves to be appreciated. So,
Yeah. K-Bray says lion or lion. Well, shit. That's a hell of a question. I'd go with option A, but I guess who knows. Um, yeah, I also heard that girl say some things in a clip someone sent me. Said, "Oh, she was talking about money," and that girl was speaking about another channel, a separate channel other than Queen Bee's channel. About well, if you collected that money and you were not being honest about it, you should give it back. And then it was like fucking crickets. Like I can hear Queen Bee holding her breath. She's like, "That girl, what are you talking? Don't talk about money and giving anything back to anyone." I can hear the tension.
well, and
So
speaking of money, I don't remember and actually I didn't check email today, so it couldn't have been email. So it must have been somebody, so it must have been SoFlo or AMAC. I didn't finish watching Wispy's live from last night because I fell asleep, but
it was such garbage.
they had mentioned something about $16,000 and then there was like this argument about it. I don't know. I'm going to have to watch it to see what exactly was said. But either way, it's a lot of money.
Yeah. In my opinion, there's a lot of channels. And Wispy's just one of them. And she's not like people have accused me of going after her. We've had our differences, and I don't hate her. I actually enjoy it a lot of times, but it just I understand she hates me, but she's going with this narrative like protect Emmy and we hate Sinner. Dude, we're friends. Like Emmy knows exactly who I am. I don't know what you're trying to protect her from. I'm not someone that needs to, this narrative that I'm a dangerous, scary person is fucking getting old. It's not true, and it's also slander.
Yeah, and I will say, I mean, it's not true. And I'm guessing if, I mean, I don't see if we're saying, that Sinner, allegedly, talks bad to women, the people saying it, i.e. QB, B Tim, Boston, they talk shit about people too. They're verbally abusive to people. Like
Yeah,
we saw it the other day when they were trash talking Sinner. So
constantly.
it
I
doesn't
mean, this.
matter who you are. You
Yep.
shit talk, you shit talk. You're just as abusive.
Yeah, and it's just the irony of Tim saying that I he always goes at women. Well, he's the only fucking. I'm guessing he has a little penis. I'm guessing he has a penis, but he's the only man that's even said anything to me. So of course I'm arguing with women because they're calling me fucking woman beaters. Like, what do you fucking want me to be like? Yeah, you're right. Sorry, sorry, you cauldron surrounding witches. You're right. You're going to describe who I am to me. I'm not going to play that. You're the only little punk bitch that has stepped up to me that is technically considered a man. So it's called statistics.
I agree, hippie. It is weird. For days and days, her attitude was happy and fun. Then, boom, she has a serious chat where you two are being bashed by every side. She just switched. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. I saw it. I even said to Emmy, "This is weird," because, like I said, I knew ever since Aileen sent me a friend request to my private Instagram with this wide open. I knew I was like, "Oh man, these scumbags are gonna." Yeah, they are. And I had to go through my brain and think, "Oh, what if anything you've ever done wrong that they can come for you?" And trust me, you idiots. Like I know myself far better than you're ever gonna know me. So do your worst. But if you do continue to slander my character and defame me, then you might find yourself in trouble.
Oh, Kathy P, you must have missed some of it because I know you weren't feeling well, but oh yes, Sinners, he beats women. Emmy should be scared. I don't know why she sticks around. He's so abusive. Like, seriously? Like, I'm a big girl. I'm 45 years old. Um, if that was the case, Sinner and I would not be friends.
Yeah. Boston Nick said I was what was the term that he used? Catfishing? Dude, I'm
Oh, yes, and you were
he
from The
said
Walking Dead.
I have to clear some things up. Queen Bee is a dumb person. She said stolen valor. Stolen valor is a big deal. Asshole. I was in the Marines. It's not stolen valor. I'm just describing who I am as a person. What have you done? What are you proud of? You maniac. And also, technically by law, it's not stolen valor unless I'm capitalizing financially from it. So do you see me putting on a fake uniform and standing in front of camera with you asking for money? No, because I don't do like you do. I don't stand around asking for handouts for my problems. I work for it. So yeah, stolen valor. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, yes, Kathy P. He was catfishing. Like, that didn't make any sense because
I I the sense it made to me was like he had a little fantasy. Him and B Tim had fantasies about me, and when they saw that I was ugly, they were upset. Motherfucker. Sure, I'm ugly, but I'm not stupid too.
it's so, and that whole thing is stupid. Like, and then comparing you to like something out of The Walking Dead, like, really?
I'd run
Like,
circles around both of those children. I mean,
Remy,
I really would.
apparently Sinner is catfishing everyone.
And 567 it says it's all BS at center. We see you. I appreciate that. I hope more people do. And honestly, if I were making these videos, it would be perfect timing, but I'm not. I just love it. I think it's somebody who obviously likes me, and I'm with that. So there's no conspiracy there.
Yeah, and I
I'm
mean the fact that they were in our chat was pretty cool. And I mean, I loved my little avatar, but I want curly hair because I have curly hair and it's always a hot mess. So
whoever's producing those videos must have like had a really good laugh at our intro song because I was surprised to find it as quickly as I did.
yeah, that is true, Remy. Remy says, "Well, I'm not what my avatar is. I don't think Emmy is a cupcake or Lisa is a bird, for example."
Oh man, trust me. And like people that are evacuating the dumpster fire that is Queen Bee's situation. I'm being bombarded. I must have got like 400 or 500 like emails, and every time I open another one, it's just another picture of Queen Bee. I don't want to see that bitch's face. It's actually exactly opposite. It goes against what I'm saying to you guys. I can't be a hypocrite, so now I have to like get a new email because I don't want to see her mugshots. I don't want to see that ugly face. I already know. It does not exciting for me to have private information on people. It makes me feel grimy. It's not my game.
And so Whispers is here. Welcome, Wispy. Wispy says, "I don't hate you,
Oh,
Sinner. I
shame on
just don't
her.
understand the very harsh comment you left me. I love Emmy no matter who she is, friends with. She's never done anything against me. I support her, always have." And Wispy, I've got to disagree with you that because seeing your chats the last few nights,
Yeah, it's been
it's been
unacceptable. What that comment?
pretty
Like, look,
rough.
I don't want to like a prolonged like beef with Wispy. That's not. She's not like a queen bee type person, and I'm not saying that she is in any way. But her chat's been out of control,
Hmm.
spreading the narrative that I'm a domestic violent person and I beat women, and the way I talk to women is just the most. Listen, if you are okay with the way Queen Bee talks to people, but you aren't okay with the way that I talk to people, then you're a sexist because what she does every day is nasty. I only fucking talk that way when I'm pissed off. That's her base. It's just crazy talk, dicks and mouths and talk, like she does constantly. So where I do respect what you're saying, the words that you're saying don't back up the actions of your channel. I watched your entire live last night. Or no, I watched the entire one from night before last. And it was basically bashing me the whole time. And none of you creatures know me. And it's unfair for you to say that I'm violent. And that's just the fact. In addition to that, you also threw that fucking weird ass video of the drunk lady looking at the saddest Christmas mantle ever, again, talking shit on Emmy and myself. There was no reason for you to include that in your live the other night. Or last night. That's just bad form. So you're basically passing along the agenda that the Hive is created, and I'm not with that. So if you want to make it personal, cool. I don't consider it that. I just think you're someone that's capitalizing off the situation, just like the rest of them. Just like Voices lost her mind the other night trying to get involved. It's all the same to me. It's not personal.
Yeah, and I agree. And that's why, I mean, I always catch Wispy on the replay. When I can, I know Wispy's on late. I sometimes I am up that late. And that's why yesterday, and Wispy's right, I'm usually in the bushes, but yesterday I had to come out of the bushes as Emmy. I used my Emmy Headstone account because what I was seeing, the narrative was just the narrative being spun was disrespectful. It was
Hmm.
it was not true.
Yep,
And so I
slanderous.
had to
It's
come in.
slanderous. It's slanderous.
Yeah, and I did, Wispy, I did hear you. I actually did hear you at one point say that the talk about Sinner's art had to stop. And I didn't see what happened after that, but I'm hopeful that the mods, because I know some of your mods, again, do not like Sinner, and that's their choice. But again, some of the stuff that they were saying about me was not true. And like others have said, I had to leave. I I don't, I mean, I'm nosy. I want to know what
I
people are saying, but
Yeah, I don't want this to seem like I'm picking on Wispy because I'm not. Like I said, I still watch. It's just it's increasingly difficult to keep my mouth shut whenever it is someone that I enjoy watching, that I'm listening to them and all they're doing is talking shit. And they're saying things about me specifically, about my private existence, about who I am as a person that aren't true. So how could I just ignore it? And I know where it's coming from. I understand what these channels are going through. They have to get a piece of this pie. They have to get involved. They have to stand near this fire. That's what it is. But at the same time, use your own fucking minds. Like you can make a decision of your own. It's not about the numbers. You don't have to support the who's going to get you the biggest numbers if you know what they're saying isn't true. So I'm
right.
disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm not shit talking. I'm just telling you what I see.
And I think that's the same with me. Like I said yesterday with Boston Nick, I've always liked Boston Nick, and I was disappointed
Fuck
that
that guy.
the well, I know how you feel, but I'm just saying, I was disappointed because to fall into that juvenile, just low is low, projection, using your not knowing how to use your words, not being able to find something legitimate to argue, and going after someone's looks or their art or comparing them to The Walking Dead. Come on. Like, seriously?
Yeah. I mean, again, that's all they got is the lowest blow. I mean, especially once they tell you guys that I've been arrested, that then once they're done with that, they're gonna have nothing left. I mean, except for maybe some lawsuits. Fucking dummies.
And Mama Daz says, oops. Oh, it did go up. It's just taking a hot minute. My internet is still trash. It seems
She
like when
says,
QB starts a smackdown on somebody, other content creators jump on board. Am I wrong, or is it just my imagination? That happens
"Oh
with a
no,
lot of creators, and I
no,
not just
it's a
QB, it's
yeah,
a lot of creators.
it's an industry. It's an industry. Like she
Mhm.
just happens to be the biggest cesspool there. So from her dumpster fire spreads many little fires. I mean, all pun intended. So, it is what it is. She is responsible for paying a lot of people's rent with the garbage that she produces. That's my problem with her, and has been for months, half a year. So you call it what you want.
Yeah, and I agree. So Flo, I was watching it and I didn't want to interject, but I said, "You know what? I'm not gonna go on his headstones because they're not talking about headstones. They're talking about Emmy." So I went in as Emmy headstone. And I just said, "For the record," because again, they were still saying that I was behind these videos. I am not. So just stop with it.
Yeah, neither am
If
I.
I
That's the
was, I would say I was because again, like someone had said before and their comment is gone, I started my channel on my own. I stood on my own for a long time until the other creator joined me on panel. And then that creator and myself had a falling out.
because she's an
So,
asshole.
well,
I mean, officially a full asshole.
yeah.
Um,
So it's just, and I hope that at this point people just move on. It's
yeah.
not me, it's not Sinner, it's not the Glarer. We're not conspiring. I mean, and like the Glarer said I think he commented, or maybe it was in my live yesterday. The only time I talk to Glarer is in like a very random email, which I think I've emailed him maybe twice the last almost year, or in his chat because I mod there. That's the
Yeah.
only time we talk.
Same
So
here.
to say that we're conspiring, that's just like overkill.
I just think that the queen bee needs to come to terms with the fact that she it's probably one of her own people or someone that she trusts making these videos. Obviously, it seems that way to me. And my God, she must be waking up paranoid the last couple of days, just like Betty. I mean, there's a reason these people have to go to a building and work it out in front of people that are smarter than them. It's not a coincidence.
And Mama Des says, I was in Wispy's live last night and she did defend you both, but it wasn't necessary to even show any videos in regards to you both. That made me uncomfortable. And
Exactly.
that is why I have learned you should always vet the videos or any information that you're going to show
Yeah,
because
that
you
was
never
sloppy.
know what's going to be said in those videos.
Exactly. That shit was sloppy and disrespectful and shouldn't have been done, Wispy, and you know it. I
And in
mean,
my
so that
opinion,
it
that
goes in.
woman wasn't
Yeah,
in her
she's
best
also.
mind.
I'm talking over you. Yes, exactly. It's exploitation of a person that's obviously intoxicated and embarrassing themselves with conspiracies that are so far from the truth that it's laughable. So if you're laughing at a person that's going through a situation and you're broadcasting it, you're exploiting them.
So Wispy says, I will pay more attention to what is said. Chat is definitely growing and I don't see it all. I will say that one of your mods, Wispy, has vocally stated that they do not like Sinner. And I
Oh
have a
yes.
feeling that that is why some of the comments are getting through. Again,
Yep.
just my opinion. That's just my opinion and what I see in the bushes. And in regards to Walking Dead, yes, Boston Nick said that Sinner looked like something out of The Walking Dead.
I just had a photo taken like 2 months ago. It's only half my face because I had it done for a local magazine here for an art thing that I was involved in. They did a little bio on me. Emmy, you have that photo. Like I'm an old man. I'm not ashamed of it. So I'll show you what I looked like a month ago or a
Oh
month and a
wait, you
half
sent it
ago.
to me yesterday, right? During my live?
Yeah.
All right, I can find it.
I mean, I'm not the best looking person. Never said I was. What I said is in my neighborhood where I'm from, if I go outside and ask for help from my neighbors, they're going to come out. And if it includes a whistle, sure. You guys love that, you little fucking weirdos. That's just a fact. It's community. It's networking with your neighbors, people that breathe the same air as you. You guys aren't good at it. I understand, but I am.
Oh, there it is. I got it.
V Kaser says, Sinner, I like the half foot of you, but I'm a few years older than you. Hey, you know, like I wanted anonymity. That's why I never showed my face. And they find like if they Googled my government name and found the one photo of me in front of the piano that I painted and be like, this guy's homeless. This is a homeless encampment. Is that finger paint? I mean, it really just showed how uneducated and how you know what? Actually, uneducated is not what I'm looking for. It just shows how mean and stupid they are. Educated people can be mean and stupid too.
And Remy, I'm going to disagree that Sinner is catfishing because he looks like Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead. I'm going to say he's catfishing us because he looks like Billy Bob Thornton.
I do currently look. If I let the beard go and I carry a bottle of Jack around, I definitely look like Billy Bob. But who gives a fuck what I look at? Why are those people obsessed? Like I was never interested in what Queen Bee or Little Timmy looks like. At least Boston Cam's up. I'm gonna give him respect for that. I always liked that guy. When he just recently started like really going at me hard, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like you were there's only a couple dudes around here, and you're just
And for
if
some
you
reason, it had to do with me and how they thought you were treating me
oh
when
that's
that's not how
bullshit.
you were treating me at all.
Yeah, exactly. They're just like little punk bitches, and they're trying to posture like they're men. And of course, there's only a few of us here. They should again. They would never. I mean, they could call me Walking Dead, whatever. They would never say that to my face if we were standing face to face on a sidewalk somewhere. And they're like, oh, when I say these type of things, they're like, oh, he's being so threatening. He's so violent. No, I'm just stating a simple fact. You're bitches, and you wouldn't say that to my face. It's just what it is. None of them. I would love for like Timmy. Like I've had this scenario before. Timmy coming out of a 7-Eleven since he loves them so much, and like being occupied with something in his hand and like running into Will the glare, like running in. Oh, excuse me, sir. Like, what do you think would happen there? Do you think B Tim would be like, this guy's a fucking clown, this guy's a fucking joke, this guy doesn't know anything about this case, all he's doing is being drama? Do you think little Timmy would say that to Will's face? Trick question. He would not.
And
Wait,
Sinner, Santa is here, and Santa said you are on their good list.
cheers. I can use the coal too if I have to. You gotta utilize those resources.
And Mama Daz had brought up the that she had defended me in chat, stating how I had said the only way you knew about those videos was because you were tagged. So actually, I'm just gonna add this back quickly. I'm not gonna show the video of this woman. We'll do that another day, if at all.
Yeah.
But this
Maybe you can
was,
maybe you can play the audio. I don't want to exploit her to the point where like you're showing her
and actually what I'll
sloppy.
do then, we'll save it for another time. I'll edit it so that I have like
Cool.
I have the audio, but not her on screen. Like I'll just put like a picture or
Cool.
something.
Yeah, because I mean the words of the okay. And one last rant. I'm not mad at this woman. I think she believes what she's saying, which is the problem, in my opinion. I think this woman is like a symptom of the disease I call the hive. Like now because if they're so consistent about their shit talking and convincing people of this narrative about different individual people, that they're lonely motherfuckers just like some of us just sitting in a room somewhere believing all of it and getting angry. There are people getting angry at Emmy and myself thinking we're making videos and we're the problem. We're not doing any of that. All we're doing is observing and reporting. So like when are they going to take responsibility for like the ripples that they're causing to actual real people in real life in their homes? It freaks me out, man.
Santa says Glare has been very naughty, and he may get a spanking when I come down his chimney.
That's gotta.
I don't know who you are, Santa, but
I was gonna say, Cherry, is that you?
I know. I was just thinking that too. I'm like, okay, who would say things like that? But they also said that AMAC has been a little naughty. They saw her the other day, so I don't know who it could be. But looking at the screen, this creator had, in a nutshell, the video she made said, that I was the creator of the videos because I posted the video a minute after it had been posted. So I shared it on my community page a minute after it had been posted. Well, no, because I watched it and then I shared it. So my response was to answer your question, why did you share in their own words video less than a minute after it was posted? So that was the question that this woman asked in her video. So my response was this, right? So this is what I see when I go to mentions. And this is on my phone. So you have all notifications, which would be like the pages you subscribe to that you get notifications for when they post a live, when they go live, etc., etc. Mentions is when someone tags you or quote mentions you with the @ symbol in their video. As you can see, I posted this 16 hours ago. So that was yesterday night. And so 3 days ago, now 4 days ago, I saw this mention, which as you can see, I'm not mentioned very much, right? I'm really not that popular. So 6 days ago, 9 days ago, I think I have it longer. Oh yeah. 10 days ago, 11 days ago, right? Like a mention every so often. So when I see in their own words mentioned you in a video description, I was like, what? What is this, right? We haven't heard about this person. So I click on it. It goes to this video. I watch it. I'm like, oh, wow. So I shared it on my community page. Because again, time zones are hard for some people.
They are.
I wake up normally between 5:30 and 6 o'clock in the morning every day because I have cats who want to eat. So usually when I wake up, I feed the felines and then I check YouTube just to see what's going on. And I always check mentions first. So it's highly likely the reason apparently they're keeping tabs as to who shared the video first. I didn't know you could
Yeah,
do that,
it's weird as hell. Well,
but
the fact is,
apparently, go ahead.
sorry, she doesn't understand that if you're tagged in a video, then you get an alert, a notification on your phone. So when you pick up your phone, one of the first things you're going to see is that notification. So, I mean, I'm sorry that nobody ever tagged her in anything, so she doesn't know how it works. But you know, it's just again, it's misinformation, and it's like the problem is that poor woman believes it, and it's because like they're working so hard to create this narrative that people actually believe what they're saying, and it's not the truth. That's the problem. I'm not even mad at that girl or that woman at all because it's clear that she believes it. It freaks me out that she's convinced of something that's not true, and she seems very very committed to it.
Right. And so this woman said, I was the first to share it. A minute. She did say, why did you share the video in less than a minute after it was posted? So my response was a question I have for them. How did you know I shared it a minute after it was posted? Unless, of course, you were the creator who uploaded it. Right? I mean, logically, that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
And then the Glarer, apparently they have, and again, I would love receipts or proof of this. The Glarer shared it second after me.
I don't believe that to
So
be true.
because we shared it simultaneously, we are now in a conspiracy to, do this hate campaign on QB. That is the furthest from the truth. The only reason I'm talking about QB is because she talked about me first. She started talking shit about me and Sinner. And so I was going to respond. And, I do the same thing with BHB. I would do the
Yeah.
same thing with somebody else if they talk about me.
Yeah, I haven't. I have a hard time not responding to someone when they say something that's not true. And Forgotten Whispers has some pretty good comments in there directed towards you, Emmy. I think you'll
Okay,
appreciate them.
I am really. I did see
And
some of them, but I
and
am
I,
pretty far behind.
I was hoping to do this privately, but I guess it's turned into a public thing anyways. Like people say I've gone after Forgotten Whispers. I disagreed with her, and we kind of did it publicly. We never handled it privately like we should have. I said some things about her being a perpetual victim. When I said that, I had no idea about her history or her past, and I would have chosen different words had I known that. I was not speaking about the actual trauma and tragedy that she's experienced in her life. I didn't know that, so I apologize for that. What I was speaking on is just like the the tone of voice and the vibe that I got in one of the lives that I was in. Again, I think talking negatively about me. So I took it personal, but when I said that, I had no idea that you experienced those terrible things. And for the second time, I apologize.
And Hippie says, you're fluffy. I say fluffy, not fat. Hippie is a fluffy gal that has a lot of beauty. I love seeing the face of someone that you've talked to. Exactly. And so I actually seen your comment. I changed my picture because some of you may have seen my picture, some of you may have not. And so this is the picture that, made its way to the interwebs, and I'm definitely not that thin anymore, but I look exactly the same. So again, it doesn't matter what someone looks like. And
I
why
can't
people are
change
so
mine.
hard up on exposing that when they don't expose themselves, so to speak. I
Yeah,
mean,
cam up if you're gonna talk shit on my face, Queen Bee. Yeah, dumb stuff.
Nikki, I've never seen you do anything out of sorts, and I appreciate you being here. And I know if Wispy's still here, I'm gonna go quick because I do want to see Wispy's comments. Oh, Santa says one more thing. Oh boy, Santa.
I love
Santa
Santa.
hasn't told me where I'm on the list. So let's see. Oh, one more thing. Santa says, "Be good because I'm watching, especially Glare when he's sleeping."
Okay, it seems to me that the Wispy may have accepted my apology, and I love that. Like, I'm not just this terrible asshole. Like, when I found out how my words affected like your actual, life, then I felt terrible about it. But I mean, I was so distracted by defending myself against so many other people that like I didn't have time to get to it until just now.
Oh, JD Wells says, "I'm on the naughty list and I regret nothing."
I'm with that. Like I said, if I get coal, I will utilize it. I will make heat from it.
Yeah, and again, 400 people in chat, and again, it's because I mean, not, I'm not arrogant at all, but when people see a headstone on someone's thumbnail, they probably are thinking, "Oh, it's probably, especially in this community, oh, it's going to be about Emmy and Sinner. So
Yeah.
we're going to tune in."
No, but I mean, for the haters, people that actually just hate me, and they're just like, no, we can't have anyone like him. We can't have anyone believe what he's saying. He's dangerous. Um, I would say that it's hilarious to me that every time you think of the word sin or sinner for the rest of your life, that you're going to be thinking about my asshole words. That's how important I am to people that hate me. So good luck.
And I'm getting there. I want to make sure I see all of.
I can't put a picture of myself up
Oh, okay.
currently.
So there we go. Okay, so Wispy said, "Yes, I have been stuck, I guess, in this little circle. I definitely need to expand." And I mean, and that's the thing, Wispy, like a lot of people were, at not long ago saying Emmy needs, all she does is cover BHB. Well, that wasn't true. I was also doing, cases that meant a lot to me. I was doing my words on stream, which we have to do very soon because we haven't done it in a while. And would you rather with the rest and reset? I mean, I do it, and granted, at the beginning, it probably was. It was more BHB heavy than it was not. And again, I'm growing. I'm finding my own path, and be careful what you wish for, because a lot of those who are saying that all I did was talk about BHB, now I'm talking about you. So,
Yeah,
and I'm nice
yeah.
about it. I still am nice.
I'm
Yeah, I
I am
may say you're an
trying.
a-hole, but I'm still nice about it.
I'm trying to be nice. I mean, I don't know why I do, but like just more recently, when I start getting fired up, I think about the good Nunya, and she and I aren't even like friends, like real life friends at all. We're just like ships passing in the night here on the internet. But sometimes she says some shit in her quick 1 hour lives that just gets me. I try to be inspired. I look for inspiration everywhere I go. And she's right. I can come off as the biggest prick, like when I use my words um, to my disadvantage, when I just cuss at people, or I mean, other people are like, "Oh, he's the tone of his voice." I can't correct that. That's just who I am. But she's right about like using my words more efficiently. I don't have to cuss at people to get my point across. I also try to only that happens when I'm really mad. So that's what I need to work on. But like just normally talking to people, it, they criticize it only because I'm telling the truth that they don't want to hear. But I understand the criticism about I curse too much and I'm aggressive and all that. I'm doing my best.
Lisa Oldham, you never saw my picture? Lisa said you look exactly how I pictured you in my head.
Me too.
Lisa, where you been? Where you been? And I mean, now I don't wear my contacts anymore because I scratched my cornea, and I'm too scared that I'm going to do it again with my contacts. So I wear glasses, but I mean, yeah, I look exactly the same.
You get a picture of me. Um, because the one they're passing around is not a great representation of me. I'll even agree that I look like crap in that photo. And of course, that's the only one they could find.
Well, and of course, they only found the ones online of me that, I'm not going to post pictures where I look like crap. I
I
mean,
know
in
they.
this one, I used the natural sunlight, so there's no filters. The only filter in this picture is I was deliberate. You can see the sunlight. I was in front of the window on purpose to get the most flattering lighting. So,
You are so much better looking than Queen Bee is. Holy crap! Like 4 or 5 times as attractive. And that's not even like bagging on Queen. I think maybe that's why they hate you because you're smart and pretty. Oh boy, you are a problem, Emmy.
and I apparently BHB and QB both agree that I shouldn't be, in education. So, I
That's
mean, at least
funny.
they have one thing in common, I suppose.
I'm sure both of their teachers love them. That's all I'll say about that. And to be even more controversial, I think Betty is way better looking than Queen Bee is too. I mean, that's just a fact.
Betty's not pretty.
I
It's her
know, but
attitude that's
here's
ugly.
the thing. Like, it seems like the angrier she gets, and like the more like wild shit she says, the better looking she gets, which is like opposite of Queen. Like the uglier shit she says, it just makes her uglier and uglier. But somehow Betty like becomes hotter when she talks shit. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, people who are mad are kind of hot, like.
That's the rumor.
And she says, "I'll think about you, sinner, every time I think of young women in the woods." That's kind
Um,
of strange.
oh, I'm glad Cheese is still here. If anybody's looked at the of the new channel, hang on one second. The at in that new channel is in their own words, one. Like Cheese can speak on what it means when someone puts the word one after their name. That's
It
what
means
makes me think.
there's someone before them, right?
No, this is actually an artist thing as well. It's sort of
Oh,
like um, because a lot of artists in streets will have the same name, but one is like the veteran. the one that actually owns the name, and then everyone else has to have a variant of that name. So this person saying in their own name one, it could very much just be how to get that name in YouTube, but I think there's more to it, and maybe Cheese can speak on that. Because I mean, I use Sinner one often. That's what makes me think it's Cheese that's making these videos. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, well. Me to you. Oh, I look New York? I look like a New Yorker?
Yes, G says first in quotations. First, yes, one. So like you're the first one to use that name. It actually comes with a lot of clout as well. I used to, whenever I was an asshole graffiti artist, I used the name Gatos, and then I had to meet like Gatos one, the guy that was doing it for 25 years, and he explained to me not so nicely that hey, find a different fucking name, and I did.
Soberpug. Soberpug says Betty hot? No.
I mean, hotter. I mean, she's not an unattractive woman. She just, I don't.
Oh, and
But
Cammy said the same thing. Did Sinner just say Betty was hot?
oh, in comparison to Queen Bee, she's Princess fucking Diana.
Hot-tempered, maybe.
No, I'm telling you, in comparison to I'll repeat it. In comparison to Queen Bee, Betty is like Farrah fucking Fawcett.
Oh, and Cheese.
Oh,
Okay, now
I
get
see.
it.
I get it too. I just saw you put it up there. I get it.
Dinglewoods plus young women. So they're saying that Sinner, that it would mean that you're in the woods with young women.
Yeah, in middle school I was.
Mm. Yeah, Remy, right? I looked up text to AI, made an exploding corn cob in a cornfield. Oh my gosh. I was actually messing around with it last night, and it's too much. Like, I was trying to, get something that kind of looked like me, and then it was like, that doesn't even look like me at all. So clearly I'm not using the best keywords.
Oh,
Hey, girl from Issaquah and Green Bean.
may I clear one other thing up that they said that kind of like hit me in
Yeah.
a worse way than other things they said. Boston Nick in particular said, "Oh, I know you got all these troll accounts. I saw what you said. They said I was like a Rodney or a Richard or something like. I don't have any troll accounts that are that. I have no, currently I have two accounts. One is Sinner, one is Saint. Both of them have trademarks after the name. That's my gig. It's a bit that I'm doing. But I never went into Grandma Cherry's chat and talked shit about anyone. I have nothing but respect for Grandma Cherry, much in the way that I don't bring the shit from the Hive to Ikid Mel's channel or Rabbit's channel. I don't bring it to Grandma Cherry. I would never dream of doing that. So that's an outright lie. I've never even been there. I've never even commented one single time in her chat. So him saying that is just another lie and more disinformation coming from the Hive. I have more respect for people than that.
Mama Daz, I will say that, and I've actually said it in the past. Betty, the way she knows how, like, her cat eye, I don't know how she gets the cat eye as well as she does. I can't do it. I have one of those cheat eyeliners where you just like press it against your eye and you get the cat eye. I mean, maybe Betty does too, but the way she does her eyeliner and the cat eye, I mean, I wish I could do it. So I agree. She does,
True,
her eye makeup, she does really well.
True Jedi Forever says that they were disappointed in the immaturity of Boston Nick. Me too. I always thought that he was. I mean, I never even had a bad word to say about him. It seems like he's the one that's got it going on. He's an actual, productive dude. He's got things going on. He's got a girlfriend there. He's into MMA. All things that I fucking appreciate. And then he just fucking turned towards me and made me his problem. I'm not his fucking problem. I understand his loyalty. Trust me. I'm rabidly loyal to people that I care about. But like I also try to be right when I say shit. And to say that I went into Grandma Cherry's chat is false. I never did that. And to say that I'm not good to women is false. It's not true. So all I ask is for him to stop. I don't even have the beef with him that I do with little Timmy. Little Timmy is a lost fucking cause. He's a whole bitch. I mean, a whole cowardly little man.
And Hippoporium, the text to AI is the videos, in their own words videos that have been coming out. That is text to AI. I had no idea that's what it was until someone told me. And it is, you tell AI what to say, and they say it in your video.
MGA Miss something 7 something said, "Don't give Betty a compliment. They'll go crazy." Well, fuck them. I don't think. To be clear, fuck all of them. Guess what? Betty's never done. Of all the shit that I've talked about her, and I've said things that I regret saying about her. I've said nasty shit about her. Guess what? She's never done. Spread my private information around. Talk shit on my art. So at this point, whether people like it or not, I think she's more respectable than Queen Bee is. I don't support either one of them in any way, but it is what it is. Like, who's nastier? I think Queen Bee is nastier. I think Betty's wilder. I think Betty's more dangerous, but I think Queen Bee is a bigger piece of shit.
And Betty's pants are back, so apparently Betty lost her pants again. You are not going to make it in the drama crama community if you don't like peeps shit talking you. Well, I would not
Oh,
call
I'm
myself
yeah, and
drama.
I'm making it just fine in this community. Thanks very much.
And yes, Cheese, I am a cheater when it comes to eyeliner. Hey, MGA Mrs. Fletcher.
You're not going to make it in this community if you don't like people talking shit on you. No, I think no. I do just fine in this community because I can speak well for myself, and I don't have to lie and make stuff up about the people that I'm talking about. So I'm fucking winning. What's up now?
And thank you, Cheese, for the apple, even though I am a self-proclaimed eyeliner cheater. All right. Well, we have been on almost 3 hours, which
Yeah,
is
I don't. Yeah, this is all the.
crazy.
Good job. I
But
mean, how many people are watching? I can't even see.
right now we have 208.
Nice, awesome. Thanks everyone so much for joining us. And if I offended you, it wasn't intentional. I'm glad I could apologize to Wispy, and I hopefully she'll unblock me so I can participate in the conversation. Um, yeah, same as yesterday. Queen Bee kissed my ass. Little Timmy, fucking cool. Um, Boston, I do have one question for you. When you say I'm not about that life, I want to know what life you're speaking on. What life am I not about? Please tell me.
Oh, and thank you, Lisa, for sharing Sinners. And if someone could drop my Headstones account, I don't know if I don't think I even asked anybody to, but if
Yeah,
someone would
I got
drop
no
my
way to do it.
Headstones. All right. Any last words?
No, no. I'm just super thankful for you guys listening to my dumbass talk about how I feel about these, situations, and like just pay closer attention. If you guys see me being bad to a woman, you tell me not to do it, but don't wait for it because it doesn't happen.
And thank you, SoFlo and Lisa, for sharing my link. So yes, so my Headstones account, and then here I am, Sweetie Pie, my wonderful co-host Sourpuss.
I haven't talked to Emmy about this either, but I hope to have just like a fun like Christmas live where you just have fun.
Oh yeah, we could do something.
Yeah,
And maybe we could even have some, like Cheese or Amax, Flo join
exactly,
us, and we can.
exactly. That'd be fun.
I know, right? BK, sir, we had both Santa and Betty's pants in here. We rock.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
just I refuse, and I think I've spoken with Emmy about this. I refuse to let people that are so nasty just like dictate how I feel. I'm not gonna do it. Like I love Christmas time. I'm having a blast. Like I'm not trying to ruin anyone's Christmas, and you know,
oh, Glow with Glow, that's a good idea. Glow with Glow does these short videos where she sings, and she just did a video of Oh Holy Night, and I loved it. She's she just seems like such a sweet lady,
oh, that's awesome.
and so that would be really fun.
Yes, I think so too.
Amax says both both Santa and Betty's pants didn't like her. Amax, so who have you pissed off lately? Because that would explain who maybe Santa and Betty's pants are.
Well, AMAC is everywhere. Like I see AMAC all kinds of different places.
And actually, before we go, I am going to share Glow with. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Glow with Glow's channel because I do very much enjoy her videos.
Good night,
And I
Turtle.
don't usually catch them all right away, but I do love them.
Well, at risk of repeating myself again, I thank everyone for being here and listening to us talk. I know I talk a lot more than Emmy. I'm getting better at not talking over her. I'm still new at this, so bear with me.
Yes. Oh, tomorrow starts the winter solstice, shortest day of the year. Thank goodness, because it gets dark way too early.
Yeah, we're gonna get on the other side of that.
Yes. All right, y'all. Any last words, Sinner?
No, that's it. Just do good things if you can. Or
And
what's the saying? Be good or be good at it.
and I was gonna say, when you know better, you do better. So let's all try to do better now that we know better. So with that being said, have a great night, y'all. Peace.